Hi everyone, I'm Emma from the Decor YouTube channel, your cozy corner on the internet for all things interior decorating, small home transformations, and soulful design. Whether you're living in a snug studio apartment, a charming tiny house, or simply want to create serenity within your home, you're in the right place. At Decor, we believe that beauty doesn't need grand square footage. It needs vision, creativity, and a touch of your unique personality. Today, I'm inviting you to spend some time with me as we explore a spring makeover journey together. We're talking sophisticated tiny home styling, some beautiful DIY garden tips, and how vintage decor can bring that soft, storied charm into your space. Settle in with a cup of something warm, maybe sit by your favorite window, and let's dream in textures, color, and earthy blooms. Let's begin with the heart of any home, the living space. In tiny homes, this area often has to serve multiple functions, but that doesn't mean it can't be elegant and inviting. I always encourage soft layering. Think natural fabrics like cotton or linen, paired with vintage-inspired throws and pillows in soft spring colors like sage green, dusty rose, or sky blue. Light is your best friend here. Use sheer curtains to let in as much natural light as possible, and place mirrors strategically to bounce it around and expand the space visually. A vintage armchair, perhaps found at a flea market or inherited, can become a focal point, adding character and warmth. Small vignettes made with antique books, candles, and hand-picked flowers on reclaimed wood trays breathe life and personal history into your space. As we step outside, let's talk gardens. Even in the tiniest of homes, there's always a little corner or balcony waiting to become something magical. You don't need a sprawling lawn, just some imagination. A vertical garden is one of my favorite DIYs for spring. Use an old wooden ladder, paint it a pastel shade, and stack clay pots filled with lavender, thyme, or baby lettuce. Hang vintage teacups from hooks and plant succulents or trailing ivy inside them. Upcycling materials for planters, old boots, baskets, even colanders, adds a whimsical storytelling vibe that's so charming for spring. Not only do these details spark conversation, they connect us back to the earth in the most gentle and grounding way. Spring also invites us to refresh our kitchen spaces, even if it's just a cozy kitchenette. I love to open shelves up this time of year, swapping heavier winter elements for airy glass jars, wildflower bouquets, and antique dishes with floral patterns. You can create an open pantry with old crates mounted on the wall, lined with vintage wallpaper or fabric scraps. DIY herb racks, simple wooden boards with hooks or mason jars attached, make it easy to access fresh ingredients while adding visual warmth. The trick is blending functionality with beauty. Every item you choose to display should either serve a purpose or tell a story. Even mismatched mugs have a place if they carry sentimental weight or bring a smile to your face. Moving into the bedroom, this is your sanctuary, a soft place to land. In a tiny home, your bed often serves double duty, maybe as a seating area during the day. Embrace it with layers of neutral tone bedding and add pops of spring with throw pillows in floral prints or embroidered textures. Consider a canopy made from gauzy fabric draped above. It adds an ethereal feeling without needing structural changes. Lighting here should be warm and low. Try swapping overhead fixtures for soft sconces or vintage lamps you've rewired. And don't forget scent. Lavender sachets tucked into drawers or eucalyptus bundles hung from hooks bring nature indoors and soothe the senses after a long day. For those of you lucky enough to have a loft or upper nook in your tiny home, don't overlook it. These spaces are perfect for creative personalization. I turned mine into a cozy reading loft, complete with reclaimed wood shelves, an old steamer trunk for books, and vintage textiles draped over the railing. It's amazing how adding just a few antique touches, like a chipped enamel cup turned into a candle holder, or a lacy curtain panel repurposed as a room divider, can transform something purely functional into something beautiful. Spring is about lightness, growth, and nostalgia. It's a perfect time to bring in things that remind you of where you've come from while celebrating where you're going. let's not forget the bathroom. Small though it may be, it's still deserving of spring love. Think about repurposing an old mirror with a weathered frame, or installing a vintage wall sconce with a warm bulb. Replace your plastic storage with wicker baskets, and line shelves with tiny vases of fresh herbs like mint or rosemary. DIY projects can work wonders here. A painted wooden stool can double as a bath caddy or plant stand, and even the tiniest window can host a hanging plant. One of my favorite spring projects was creating a bath mat from woven fabric scraps, giving new life to old materials while bringing a homemade charm to my morning ritual. Now, one of the things that brings tiny home design to life is the way indoor and outdoor spaces blend. Spring is a perfect time to blur that line. French doors, screen doors, or even just leaving a window open to catch the breeze can shift the energy of a space entirely. I like to bring indoor decor outside. Vintage trays with teacups for morning coffee, an antique chair cushioned with floral pillows, string lights to soften twilight. Your outdoor space, however small, can become your spring retreat. Picture yourself out there with a book, surrounded by lavender and hummingbirds, wrapped in a faded quilt. It's not just styling, it's storytelling. Now that we've gently walked through each space, I want to pause and reflect. Sophisticated tiny home styling isn't about trends or matching catalogs. It's about intimacy, expression, and living beautifully in a way that aligns with your spirit. Every vintage piece you introduce, every flower you grow, every DIY touch becomes a layer in the narrative of your home. Spring, more than any season, asks us to notice and nurture. It invites us to lean into the quiet, to let the earth speak to us through sprouting seeds and soft breezes, and to translate that language into the places we dwell. As we wrap up, I hope you're feeling inspired, not overwhelmed. You don't need to do everything at once. Maybe you start with a single corner, a thrifted vase, a plant in a tea tin, or a floral pillow on your bed. Let your spring makeover unfold slowly, like the season itself. Remember, your home is a reflection of your journey, and every delicate, creative choice you make becomes part of your story. I'd love to hear what you're planning, so share with me in the comments or tag Decorilo on Instagram, so I can see your beautiful spaces bloom. Until next time, I'm Emma, sending you warmth, calm, and all the vintage charm your heart can hold.